Alrighty, ladies and gents, we're on our way to get another fine prize. You're watching Lambinsky's Garage. Let's do it. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here she is. A 1967 Buick Skylark. She's 350 flavored. This thing's been in a storage unit for years and years. It was last tabbed in about 2010. I think they said they drove it in there 7 years ago. She needs a little bit of loving. She's not perfect. Vinyl top is still in spectacular shape, but she's got black vinyl interior. She's got a 350 under the hood that's not stuck. So let's get this thing back to the shop and see about getting it running. We got her home last night and got her unloaded and pushed up to the door and then ran out of daylight. So I get home today and we're still almost running out of daylight. But I can nose her up in here and the LED lights will give me enough to be able to make some sort of video for you guys. But let's get this tarp off, maybe get it pushed in here a little ways, and we can go over the car a little better. See what you think. Well, we got some room to move around. Let's take a look at this little girl. He ain't bad. Let's see, 2010. She's got some mud in this corner. But what do we expect? There's some here. Man, that vinyl roof really isn't too awful. I think this is from years of the boxes and stuff sliding over the top. This guy, when I got this car, the pictures I saw from the ad, it was stacked way high with boxes. You couldn't hardly even see it. Hardly even know what it was, but I went and bought it anyways. Take a look at the interior. I mean, it's not bad. It's a little moldy, but that can be cleaned up and remedied. Somebody put in a fancy pants floor shifter. Back seat is in immaculate shape, and so is the headliner. Well, except for that hole over there, I guess. Man. We're on the other side, show you that. These things have a pretty neat grill. That door shuts really nice. I got both the bezels are inside. See, she's got a little bit of a whack here and a whack here. I would guess somebody tried to push it with a bucket and messed up the fenders. It's the only thing, they just look too evenly spaced to not be that. Everett student parking permit. This side's a lot better. It's just all around in better shape on the driver's side. Alright. Yeah, look at that dash. It's got like 70,000 on it. I would guess it's probably 170,000. Well, these aren't the right seats, but you know what? It'll do. Let's get that power barn open. I'd open it on camera, but man, this hood is heavy. So let me get that open and I'll be right back. See, it didn't take that long. But there's the old engine. I think I misspoke earlier. The ad said it was a 350. It's 350 Buick, or, well, it's a Buick engine. There's the distributor's up here, not back there. But, it's probably a 300, which is what these commonly came with. It might be a 340. I don't know. The numbers, I think, that I need to read are right back there behind that. So you got to take the power steering pump off. She's got a new radiator, new quadrijet on it. Looks like she might need a little bit of wiring love, but I think it's going to run. What do you think? Let me know. Anyways, let's get this thing pushed up a little bit so I have some more light for you guys. And let's get some plugs out and start reading them, see what they say. Well, I got her squeezied in a little bit. She's more inside now. We got more light. We should be able to see what we're doing. Well, let me go get a plug socket and a ratchet, and we'll see what they look like. All right, I got my wrench, my extension, and my socket. Let's get in here and see if we can get a plug out. There's number one. We'll throw it up that way. Get that right in there. Make sure you're on loose. Come on. There we go. Ugh. Well, she's in there pretty good. See what she looks like. Hopefully there's no real water or corrosion or something on these. I wouldn't be surprised if they were rich. This one is certainly rich. Come on, focus. There you go. Yep, it's black. Looks like there's oil around it too. Wouldn't be surprised if this is an oil burner, but I've definitely seen worse. So let's get more of them out on this side, and we'll go from there. You guys don't need to watch that. Kind of boring. We'll be back. We got all the plugs out on the passenger side, and they're all a little different. This one's definitely running a little rich. That's number one. Number two looks like it hasn't really fired much at all. It's still pretty clean. Oh, I dropped one. There's number three. This one looks like it's burning all right. And number four, I don't know what Buick's firing order is, so don't reprimand me for seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean. But this one is a little rich also. But that's okay. Let's go over to the other bank and see about getting those ones out. And then we'll put some oil down the cylinders and roll this thing over by hand, or put something on the alternator here and lube it up, because who knows the last time this thing was spun over. Now on this side of the engine, it doesn't look like we have near the stuff in the way. I know for your perspective it looks like this power steering pump's going to be in the way. Well, let's get this number one out on this side and see what it looks like. Put that where I'll remember. Number two off of there. Forget where I'll remember. Looks like I'm going to need that extension. Yeah, because that just ain't going to work. Alright, I got the short extension. Should give us enough room so I can get some throw on this here ratchet. Get this plug out of here. There. Whoever put these in, put them in pretty good, but they had to use some anti-seize because they actually unthread pretty easily. Now this side is definitely an oil burner. There you go. See all that crust on there and how black it is? This cylinder burns some oil. Well, let's get the rest out and we'll see what they look like. Now cylinder number two looks a lot better than what we had on the first one. See that nice chocolate brown on the electrode there? That's what we want. That's a good burning plug on this hole. Two more to go. Alright, well, the next few plugs actually look quite a bit better than that first one. This one you can see is burning a little bit of oil on it too. It's got some carbon on this side. This one's alright. So I still don't doubt that it's going to run. It's got HEI, so that's a pretty big bonus. Well, let's get some oil in these cylinders and let her spin around, and we'll soak it for a day or so. And maybe tomorrow we'll see about making this thing make smoke. I got you guys set up, and I got my handy dandy squirt bottle with my rubber hose. I can throw that into a spark plug hole and then pump on it and get some oil in the cylinders. This, I'm just using some 1540 to put in the cylinders, maybe help them rings come around and lube the cylinder walls before we get her fired up. Let me get some in here and then we'll turn her over. Alrighty, we got a bunch of oil down the cylinders. Let's see if we can get this big girl to roll over. Put our wrench on here, and I'll put some pressure on the belt. See if she'll roll. Come on. I had you rolling a minute ago. Well, I know I can get it to roll this way. So I put a bunch of pressure down and then grab the fan blade. There she goes. Yeah, this thing actually rolls over pretty nice. We'll just keep going. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I can hear it. The cylinder's coming up and pumping on that oil. We'll go around a little bit more. And we'll probably call that good for now. I'm going to see about getting that power steering pump off and see exactly what kind of engine we're working with here. So I'd like to know that for parts reasons, and you'd like to know that, so I'm not lying to you. Let's see what we can do. Well, after a little further inspection, I decided that I don't really want to pull that power steering pump off right now. It's getting dark and it's getting cold, and cooled off pretty good today. It was pretty nice for a part of the day except for the rain. But we got the battery out. We'll put it on the charger, push this thing back outside, and get a head on her again in the morning. Well, I left the battery on the charger all night, and let's see what she says. Okay, we'll put a load on it, and it's bad. So, I guess we'll just go grab another one. You don't need your battery right now. Let's see what's in here. Oh yeah. Alright. You'll work. Another thing I'm looking for here today is the fuel pump, so I can plumb my lines into my carburetor and just run it off a tank, a boat gas tank, because I think the tank back there has got some stuff in it. And upon further inspection, that's where the fuel pump's supposed to be. So there's an electric one somewhere. If it doesn't work, that's going to be good, because then I can just hook my electric one from my boat tank into that line and go straight to the carburetor. We're not pumping garbage from the tank. And if not, well, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Another thing I went and did this morning was get a key for the car. It had no keys. And we have a pile of GM, Ford, and Dodge keys. And we actually found one that went in enough to hit all the pins and just get it to turn. So we could hit the pin and take it out and be able to replace it. I still haven't gotten into the trunk though. We'll probably have to drill that one. But I'm gonna see about getting this fuel line off and plumbing in the boat tank. We'll make this thing go.
Oh, hold it.
Yep.
You got leakage. You don't have your clamp with the fuck up here.
Alright, tighten that. Alright, hook her up again. Leaking this time?
No, it's good. Now try the key.
We'll see what she does.
Yeah. There's your other pump going.
Yeah, I got the pump down here is moving.
Where's it at?
It's right under my seat.
There's nothing pumping out of it though. Oh, there it comes.
Okay.
Unplug it.
Yep. Look. Hook up something to catch that gas, I guess.
Piece of tin, piece of tube.
Yeah.
Steel tube over there.
That would work. Alright. You want this gas hooked back up?
Well, sure, unless you don't want to have any.
There.
Alright.
See what she does.
Go ahead. Start it again.
cloud of smoke. Huh? Made one big cloud of smoke.
Yeah, but you had oil in it, didn't you?
Yeah. Not so bad. Little screwdriver?
Yeah.
There you go.
The wires are right.
As far as I know.
Sounds like this is bad.
Could be off.
Well, I guess it's not too bad. You need to check it though.
Yeah. Same firing order as the Chevrolet. But it said it was charging, the gen light went out.
How's the jug do with the gas?
Oh, it's almost full. We'll shut her down. Boy, that electric pump pumps gas pretty good.
Shut that one off.
I'm going to. All
I
right.
think he's got a new piece of exhaust under here.
Whew. Well,
It runs.
it runs. That wasn't bad at all. Well, time to do some modifications. All right, start number 2. We got her down in a bucket now. It should just fire right up. Well, you couldn't ask for much better than that. Oh, Bill starts pretty good. After it blew all that oil out too, not even smoking anymore. But it is leaking from the tank like a bastard. Holy cow. Yeah, like a lot. You're gonna need more than a pan. All right. The line for the electric fuel pump was leaking real bad, so I just cut the line. We're running off of here. But look at that. It's a bit of a smoke show. I did put quite a bit of oil down them cylinders. Both sides. Not so bad.
How much oil did you put down it?
About 8 pumps apiece, which is a lot.
Probably in the exhaust.
Yeah. I figured it wasn't going to hurt it.
It'll take a while to kick it out.
Yeah, I'm not too worried.
It don't sound bad.
The tack even works. But I'm happier than a clam, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we got homemade mosquito repellent. That's sweet. Well, she's starting to get warmed up now. The smoke's going away. There's no temperature gauge inside, but I have a handy dandy fluke meter here that tells me how hot stuff is. And she's warming up. Thermostat should be opening in a little while. But man, she's running pretty good. Can't complain with that. Well, if we get the Dodge out, this might be able to move over there and we'll dump the oil out and inspect the undercarriage. Stay tuned. He just runs like a champ. Oh yeah. She cleared up too. Sweet. Oh yeah. Killed herself.
Piston off.
Yeah.
Put her off.
All right. Man. Well, I pulled all the plugs and re-gapped them. They were all gapped at about 70. I brought them down to 45. Should run a little better now. All of the plugs were wet, except for one on the driver's side, so they all burn a little bit of oil. But you think it's going to run any better? Yeah, I think so too. Well, instead of putting it on the lift over there, because I didn't want to move a bunch of stuff, I just decided to change the oil here, jacked it up, drained the oil out, put the new oil in, after I put in the plug and such. New filter. There was a filter inside the car, so that was a bonus. Filled her up with 1540 Kirkland brand. That'll be good enough for now. And went to hit the key. It turned over and then went clunk. And now it won't turn over at all. And the engine's really, really tight. Like, it's really hard to move over by hand. So, jack it back up, take the starter off. I'm pretty sure that's our problem because it's making real funny noises. But I'll get that off in a minute. Whew. She was a fight, but I got it. Well, I got the starter off, tested the starter. The starter spins great, and the engine is still real tight. So, I think I'm going to have to take the torque converter off and check that out because I put like a gallon of tranny fluid in this thing, and I think it might have smoked itself. Might have been a little too late putting fluid in it, but whatever, I guess. We'll see. Well, ladies and gents, I think that's going to do it for this video. I don't want to drag it on for an hour getting that torque converter out and getting her spun back over and all that kind of stuff. I want to get this video out, and we'll have more on this car later because I actually really like this car. It's pretty cool. 67 Buick Skylark. But I don't want to drag it on. If you like the video, I really would appreciate it if you would subscribe, comment, do whatever you got to do. It would really help us out. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber goal. But I also want to show you guys something. We got stickers now. My buddies over at Beyond the Line Signs and Apparel. These guys are awesome. They did a killer job on this sticker. It looks fantastic. They go on great. I don't know how to get these out to you guys yet if you want them, but we'll figure out something, I promise. Anyways, I'll have their link down in the description. They're awesome. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this big girl today. We'll get this video out, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, because I would really like to do more on the car. It's pretty cool. I don't know what we should do with it yet, but I know it's here, and I know it's mine. It's paid for. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a nice day.